Hello YouTube. It is me, the person who will enlighten you all with a great tutorial of ladder escape. It took me a month to do this trick because the tutorials on YouTube are so bad. And it is a master level trick and it's supposed to take a long time, but usually I pick up most master level tricks pretty easily. It was because the steps were so hard to follow and just so complicated that on the videos they couldn't explain it well. So I will do my best to explain it as best I can. If there's any part you guys have trouble on, then I will explain that part again, just that part, fully to the best of my ability. So what I'll do is I'll show you the trick first, and then what I'm going to do is split this up into two or three videos. The first part will be the how to get into the mount. The second part will be how to get out of the mount. Without doing, taking the string off and untangling the string, obviously. And two things before I start. I'm a weird yo-yoer. I do two things weirdly. I use my index finger instead of my middle, and instead of throwing breakaways, I can throw breakaways. I don't know, I find them weird. I throw like this instead and bring it back. So I throw a front throw on the side. It's people have called it like, what are you doing? That know how to yo-yo, obviously. Yeah, so anyway, I'll show you the trick and then we'll get started. So the whole trick looks like this. You guys have probably seen it already. And I haven't done this. I missed that. Oh well. In a while, so I'm kind of slow at it. Alright, that's the whole trick right there. And I do tutorials of other tricks too, so if you guys want to see anything else, I'll do that. Anyway, ladder escape. So to get into the mount, it's actually pretty easy. What you do is you go for a Houdini mount, but you don't actually do a Houdini mount. What I mean by that is you go here, right? And you throw it over your thumb. So I throw the yo-yo over my thumb and my index finger. So it's like I'm going for, I guess you could say, a Houdini mount or a 1.5 mount off my thumb. But I'm not. I'm just letting it hang. Alright? So after that, what you do is okay, good. Just want to get rid of that pleat. Alright, great. Okay. What you do after that is you take the back string and the back string, the one that's closest to you, I put my hand outward, so my palm is facing me. It's facing you guys right now, but I twist it over. So I twist it over so the string, it makes an X. Alright? And then I'll just stop the yo-yo for now. Okay? String makes an X like so. And then what you do is you take your thumb and you put it just right back in there because you need it. And I'll just open that up. So again, your hand comes in, pushes the back string in front of the front string, one that's closest to you to the one that's farthest away from you. Put your thumb back in, and there's your X. Okay? Again, this is a very detailed explanation because I don't want anyone to have trouble with this. Okay. After that, once you're here, there's on your left hand the front string, this one, once you're in the X, the front string on your left hand, you're going to put the yo-yo on that, like so. And then you're going to just pull it through the gap. So there's a gap like that. Now, why not just go through the gap? You can just pass the yo-yo through this gap, and there's no difference in the trick. The thing is, it's much easier to land it first and then get it through the gap because it's when you're pulling the yo-yo around, it's a smaller gap to pass it through, so it's safer to go on the string first and then pass it through. Now I'll show you that gap thing from a side view because it looks like I'm just waving the yo-yo through a string from the front view. So what you do is you, again, here, right, go into your X, right, so I bring it on this front string on my left hand, and then I just see the gap, I pull the yo-yo, I put the gap through the yo-yo, and the yo-yo is now through. So what I do is I come around. You don't go from the front left side. So if you're yo-yoing, the string formation does not go through the front left side of the yo-yo. You come from the right side and you pull it through. So like so, I'm coming from the right, coming from the right, coming from the right, coming from the right. Bam, like that. And if this is confusing to anyone, make a comment and I will try to explain that again better. But I think that's good enough, hopefully. So, go there, go through the gap, and the yo-yo's there. Now you could just let it fall through that gap right there and you're golden. Doesn't really matter. Okay, then what you do is you structure it. So this is the ladder mount. I know it doesn't look like it yet. You take what you do to make it look like a ladder mount is you take your left index finger and you come from the right. So I'm going, well, my fingers coming from the right to the right side of the string and moving left, hooking the string. And then all you do is you have to form it. So there's on your right index finger, there's a loop. You put your thumb into that loop and you expand the loop, and then you just show that that is the ladder mount. So this is the ladder mount. This is what it looks like. That's basically it, I guess. But there's hold on. So I'll do an overview and then I'll end the video, and then the next video will be the trick itself. But I just want to check something that I saw when I did this. So here and here. Okay, my left hand, there's a cross in the string. If you look at the last ladder mount I just did, there was no cross on my left thumb. I think it's because I went slow and I must have done something wrong. But if you do it right, you should be able to get that cross. I don't think it doesn't actually matter in the trick itself. You drop that thumb anyway. Anyway, now what you do is you I'll go over an overview and the video. Next video is the how to get out of the ladder mount. So one more time, slowly. For those of you that have got it and want to go back and review it, go ahead. This is for the people who didn't get it quite well, one part, and they want to see the whole thing again. Alright, again, real slow. I go into, hit the ground. I go into almost Houdini mount. I take the back string, cross it over the front string. I take the yo-yo, put it on the front string, and then pull it through. Or I could, again, just let it go through the gap. Once it's there, I put my thumb back in. I take my left finger and hook the yo-yo from the right and bring the string to the left. So it's on the right side and then I brought it to the left. Alright, and then I just open up the gap on my index finger and show the ladder mount. That was pretty bad again because I went slow. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys get it. If there's any parts you have trouble on, make a comment and I'll do a tutorial of just that part of the ladder escape. And part 2 is coming up in a couple of seconds, so yeah.